Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a new topic in the chapter of simple equations, and today's topic is solving an equation. Now today in this video we are going to discuss how to solve an equation as well as find out the solution of that equation. So let us begin. First of all, let us consider an equality. Say for example, here it is given 8 minus 3 is equal to 4 plus 1. Now this is an equality because if you see carefully, the left hand side and the right hand side values are equal. So therefore we can say that it is an equality. Here in this case, on both the sides the value is 5. 8 minus 3 you give us 5, and 4 plus 1 also gives us 5. So this is definitely an equality. Now moving on. Now we are going to discuss some of the properties of an equality. So the first one is, if we add the same number to both the sides of an equality, it still holds. So this is quite obvious, as well as it is quite clear to you, that if we add equal values to both the sides of an equality, the value will not change. It will remain the same as it is. Say for example, here in this case we have added the number 2 on both the sides of the equality. So the value still remains the same. So what will be the value here? 8 minus 3 already we have found out, that is 5. And then we add 2 to it, it will give us 7. Similarly, 4 plus 1 we know it is 5, and if we add again 2 to it, will give us 7. So both the sides the value remains the same. Similarly, if we subtract also same numbers on both the sides of an equality, it will still give us the same value, or we can say that the equality will hold. Equality will hold only when the left hand side and the right hand side are equal. Now next one is, if we multiply same numbers on both the sides of an equality, it will also hold. Say for example, here in this case we have multiplied 5 on both the sides. So 8 minus 3 already we know, that's why I have given it in the bracket, because that is the first operation that we are going to do. Then later on we'll multiply that value with 5. So the answer is 5 into 5, that will give us 25. And on the right hand side, 4 plus 1, that is 5. Again 5 into 5 will get 25. So both the side it is the same. So even if we multiply, the answer remains the same, or we can say the equality holds. Same goes with the division. If we divide also, then also the situation remains the same, or the equality holds. So what can we conclude from here? We can conclude is that an equality will hold when the same mathematical operation is done with the same number on both the sides of an equality. So as you can see, the numbers that we have added, subtracted, multiplied or divided are the same on both the sides of an equality. Then the equality will definitely hold. The values will remain the same. It will not be of any change. Now, what would happen if the numbers that have been added, subtracted, multiplied or divided are different on both the sides? Do you think the equality will hold? The answer to this is definitely no. It may hold or it may not hold. So if we use different numbers on both the sides of an equality and carry out the mathematical operation, the value may or may not hold. So we can say that in that case the equality will not hold. Clear? Now let's move on to our next slide. Now do you know what is this? Yes, of course you have seen this instrument or device, whatever you want to say, in the shops or in the markets. The name of this instrument is called weighing balance. Now what do you do here? We take the weight of any substance. Say here in this case, we have taken junk food items on the left pan and the vegetables on the right pan. Now since their weights are equal, so the weighing balance is totally balanced, you can say. Now why we have brought this into consideration? Why I have taken this example of a weighing balance in solving an equation? Because just like in the weighing balance, what do? We balance some things, isn't it? Say if we put some weight onto the left pan and onto the right pan, until and unless the weights are equal, they don't get balanced. So we can say that a balanced equation is like a weighing balance with equal weights in the two pans. So in other words, we can say that an equation is like a weighing balance with equal weights on both the pans, in which case the arm of the balance is exactly horizontal. Yes, it will become horizontal only when both the weights are same, isn't it? So similarly in an equation also, if we add the same weights to both the pans, the arms remain horizontal. Okay, now let me make it simpler for you. The left pan, we can consider it to be LHS side of the equation, and the right pan can be considered as the RHS side of an equation. Now both the sides of an equation, if it is balanced, then what do we call them? Yes, of course, that is correct. We call it an equality. Just now we have learned it. So while solving an equation, we have to balance the left hand side and the right hand side. Now let us see how to do it, and by doing it we can also find out the solution of an equation. So let's see how to do it, how to find a solution of an equation. Let us consider this equation: x plus 3 equals to 8. Now here there is a variable x which is unknown to us. Now this unknown value is what makes the equation unbalanced. This x plus 3 is equal to 8, although it's written equal to 8, but we don't know what value of x we'll put that will make the left hand side and the right hand side equal, and that value is nothing but it is the solution of the equation. So let us find the solution. So already we are given x plus 3 equals to 8. Now we have to solve for x, since x is the unknown quantity here. So if we transpose 3 onto the right hand side, while transposing means shifting from the left hand side to the right hand side or right hand side to the left hand side. In both the case it is called transposing, means changing the sides. And while we change the side, the value sign changes as well as its mathematical operation also changes. Say here if you see 3 was positive number, as soon as we shifted it to the right it became negative, -3, and it was changing the sign. You can see it's plus, here it is minus. So mathematical operation has also changed now. Before we have added it, now we have subtracted it. So 8 minus 3 will give you 5. So this 5 is our required solution. And we can verify it. How do we verify it? It's quite simple. If we have to verify it, we have to just substitute this value of x into the given equation. If we put in place of x 5, then 5 plus 3 on the left hand side gives us 8, and which is equal to the right hand side. So our solution is definitely correct. Clear? Now moving on. Now here are two examples, or you can say some work you can do. Find out the solution of this equation x minus 3 equals to 10 and 5y equals to 35. Now this you can do as a homework to find out the value of x and y. Now let us discuss some examples that will make you clear about this concept of finding out the solution of an equation. Okay, now here two questions are given. Number A, 3n plus 7 equals to 25 and 2p minus 1 equals to 23. Now here we have to find out the solution of the equation, or in other words we can say you have to find out the value of n and p. So let's do it. So first one, you can see similar way we have done. 3n plus 7 equals to 25. We have transposed the 7 to the right hand side. The sign changes from plus, it became minus. Then after calculating we got 18. Now this 3n is nothing but 3 into n. So it is multiplication going on the left hand side. As soon as we transpose it to the right hand side, it becomes division. So after dividing 18 by 3, we get 6. Now 6 is our required solution. And we can verify it in a similar way, just we have seen a while ago. If we substitute here in place of n and solve it, we will see that the LHS and the RHS are equal. So definitely the 6 is our required solution. Similarly, you can see the next one. Here it is given 2p minus 1 equals to 23. Now 1 is got transposed onto the right hand side. We got 24, then this gets divided. So 12 is our required solution. Clear? So that's it then in this video for finding out the solution of an equation. I hope you all have understood this video quite well. So thank you everyone and have a nice day.